Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Akashic Answers with Emily. I feel honored and privileged to spend sacred time with you today, as we do almost every Wednesday. And if you've been here on Wednesdays past, you know the drill. Say hello to me once you get here. Let me know where you are tuning in from. I am coming to you from the High Sierras in Reno, Nevada. I'm Emily Harrison, founder director here inside the Akashic Academy. This is a modern day mystery school specializing in education in your Akashic records, including certification. So if you have been interested in learning how to read your Akashic records, and I think that you should, I think everybody should, then you have found yourself in the right space here today. The Akashic records hold all intelligence, past, present, all possible futures. And this information is recorded from a neutral perspective. We could also call the neutral perspective the mind of God. This is truly the frequency of unconditional love and zero judgment. And when you learn how to read your Akashic records, you begin to see yourself and your challenges in this life through the eyes of God mind, Goddess mind, which holds a lot more potentiality and possibility and perspective than we are experiencing as we've incarnated here as humans on the planet. So I am excited to share with you how they can be effective in your life today. One way that the Akashic records work, there are a lot of caveats that you got to know along the way, but one of them is that the records will only give you the information that you're ready to receive. How do they know what you're ready to receive? Well, you ask questions. So think about areas of your life where you might be stuck, you have dis-ease or disharmony within your energy body, and it would be helpful for you to know, well, what the heck is going on from God perspective, right? We can ask questions and understand why we created this challenge for our soul to learn, because that's another caveat to growth. Is as soon as we understand the lesson behind it on how we can stand in more empowerment, more freedom, more personal choice, and not be subject to victimhood, then we can shift that karma, or we can shift those areas of dis-ease in our life. Some people call that healing. Healing is just simply bringing any area of our life back into wholeness and in alignment with our highest potentiality. Okay? One way to use the records is to get unstuck from where you're stuck. Another amazing way to use the Akashic records, once we've cleared enough of that stuckness and karma, we have the opportunity to tap into our creative genius and our soul mission here on the planet. You know, I talk about why we incarnate here as humans is to experience ourselves as the goddess creatures, creators that we are. And we all have unique legacy and mission and ways that we get to improve the planet and create collectively together. We're not entering, hills, bales. We've been in this stage for long enough. Who heard that? The Earth collective, as we're shifting and growing, we definitely need new paradigms around education, around relationships, around money, around jobs, around our health and medicine, technology. And the Akashic records, since they hold all information forward and backward through time, not just about people, but about things too, things like planets, things like highest potentiality for a planet, things like specific types of medicine and technology and healing protocols, quantum healing protocols, right? All of it is in here, and I'm excited to inspire you, ignite you in the space of your Akashic records by showing you how it works today. All right, so let's get fired. Let's get this party started in here. What I would love you all to do is ask questions. Anywhere where you're stuck in your life, if you are working on a legacy project, if you're turning on new skills, you're noticing that your clairs are turning on, your psychic skills, your intuition or dream time, and you want to know more about what's happening and how you can maximize that experience, those are also great questions to ask. What did we lost on LinkedIn? I don't know what this is saying. All right. We'll go back and fix tech difficulties later. Renee, hello. Omega, I see you. Alyssa, Tracy, I'm glad you're here. Christopher, Shannon Mock in the house. Dink, I see you. Gloria, Carol, Karen. Hi. Let's see who else is joining me. Sabrina. Awesome. All right, Sabrina, I have you said something here. You said, I watched your episode on Gaia and was so moved. Thank you for sharing your gift. Oh, thank you for that, Sabrina. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you found me after that episode. We can keep hanging out. Keep doing the work. Hello, Jazz. All right. Thank you all for all of your beautiful hellos. Let's get rocking and rolling in the records. So send me some questions. Sabrina, there you go, baby. Sabrina sending in questions here on Instagram. Everyone else, send in your questions. Let me just give you a brief overview of what's going to happen here today. We're going to jam for the next half hour together in the Akashic Records. The intelligence that comes through is not just for Sabrina, who I'm about to tap in with here, or each one of you individually, although I thank you all for those individual questions, but the intelligence is truly for us all. There's also a transmission within the message that will activate aspects of your DNA. Hi, Nancy Louise. And oh, wait, I think I already said this. I was going to say, and if you feel like the message resonates with you, then it's for you. But I sort of already said that. I got excited because I saw my old friend Nancy Louise on here. I love you, Nancy. All right, so Sabrina's question is, I'm building a new biohacking business built on my 20 years of massage therapy skills. Woo, awesome. I would love to know more about that. Okay, I'm having a wardrobe malfunction here. First of all, Miss Sabrina, let me just take my necklace off here. All right, so biohacking business built on your 20 years of massage therapy. Okay. All right. So right on, Sabrina. Please, everybody, let's give Sabrina a round. Love, likes, hearts across the screen, please. Not only are you bringing forward a great topic for us to discuss today, you are also, in my opinion, doing exactly what it looks like we need to be doing. When I talk about constructing new paradigms of medicine or of technology, you're actually infusing both of those with this biohacking process, this unique genius that you're bringing forward that assimilates the 20 years of massage therapy skills. That's an important key factor too that Sabrina is doing right, everyone, is that she's assimilating from all of her past knowledge and experience. In essence, this is an as above, so below. That's one of the 7 Hermetic principles. This is the as above, so below energy in effect. Meaning that in this lifetime, we are also experiencing a convergence of all of our soul archetypes. So all of the past lives and experience that we have gathered here throughout past and future incarnations, for that matter, is accessible and available to us. Okay, so sometimes in your life, you're going to be using the archetype of the magician. Sometimes in your life, you're going to go into the archetype of the hermit. You're going to go inward and glean on that inner wisdom and wake up the innate teacher within. So you should really be seeing this pattern playing out all over the place. All right, so Sabrina, let me tap in and get some more specifics besides rah, you're doing it right. I'd love for the guides to just share something specific for you. Let's see. You said I had a lot of intuitive and guidance open up. I have asked the records. Okay, cool. All right, let me tap in, Sabrina, for you. Okay, so Sabrina, one area where the guides are encouraging you to get out of your own way, first of all, is that we get to acknowledge where we get in our own way in places. And I do the same thing. But one of the areas where the guides are inviting you to see and take ownership around getting in your own way is that, let's see, how do I... the feeling around you having to do it right and it being good enough, and is it going to work? Which is a classic challenge if we're making up medicine, making up something new here on the planet. That makes sense. What the guides are encouraging you to do, one, experience it in reverse order, the guides are saying, remember, you're experiencing it in reverse order here as you incarnate in human form, because we've agreed to undergo the veil of forgetfulness or the veil of forgetting. And so it feels like you're creating it now in this moment, but you're actually not. You're getting intelligence from what they're showing me. It's like a holographic feed coming in. I'm sure the records are associated with that, but it definitely feels like it's coming in constructed from your higher self that's very connected to the Akash and the records. The other thing that the guides want to encourage everyone who feels this, which, by the way, who feels this? Give me a yes if you can relate or resonate to getting in your own way when you make up your own medicine because you wonder if it works or not. The guides are saying, remember that the energy has its own intelligence. It has its own consciousness. So rather than getting stuck, and that's an area where our old programming of our overlogical mind and our old still unresolved karmic patterns around our worth and things, it's clearing up. But there's still some residual shit there, right? And so that's what it comes from. And yay, it's my friend Teresa here in the house too. And I got just a little bit thrown off there. Let me just tab back in. Let me know if this is resonating, by the way. Send love, likes, hearts across the screen. Okay, yeah, I'm seeing yes, yeses. Okay, back to like that self-sabotage of getting in our own way. Okay, a new paradigm through which to process is, rather than asking ourselves all that old shit, is it going to work and blah, 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 we should ask ourselves, how can I make myself the most pure conduit and channel of the energy, right? How do I become, in essence, the vortex that radiates that energy for people? And once you hit that space, it doesn't matter what you do. You put it in whatever artistic, creative form you want, right? It's that marble block and you're just chipping away at the Michelangelo underneath. You guys feeling me? You feeling me? You feeling me? Send some love, likes, hearts across the screen if you're getting this. All right, this requires an activation of the heart mind energy, everyone, because the monkey mind, or the old way of processing ourselves through those issues, that's not the mind that we need to use to activate the energy here. So we're going to do a heart mind activation. Okay, good. Sabrina, this is resonating. Yes. Get out of your way. Yes, excellent. Good. All right, so I want you to find your third eye here, everyone. And I'm going to use my tuning fork here on the heart. You can place the same finger, whatever finger you're guided to use. I'm guided to use my middle finger, but I'm going to replace it here with tuning fork on the heart. Pick whichever finger you're guided to use, but make connection between third eye and heart. And take 3 deep breaths in and out with intention to activate the heart mind. Let's breathe together. Deep breath in. Exhaling. Deep breath in. Exhaling. Third deep breath in. And exhaling. Cool. There's a message coming in from Heart Mind. Heart Mind wants you to know that Heart Mind doesn't have the same issues with trust that Monkey Mind has. So Heart Mind will give you messages like, trust the process. Remember what Emily said, the consciousness has its own intelligence. All you have to do is conduct it and trust it. Your Heart Mind will say things like this to you, and your Monkey Mind will say contradictory things. So trust is another aspect of this that I have a feeling the vast majority of you out there will need to work with. A lot of us need to work with trust, trusting ourselves, trusting others, trusting the universe. So just know that an outcome, if you receive that activation to open up your heart mind, an outcome will be you will be asked to embody trust at a higher frequency. Type yes if that makes sense. And it's going to help you be on the lookout for that too. Right on. All right. So for those of you who are working with energies like Miss Sabrina, I want to share a really powerful resource with you. So we've got this cool resource. Can you see this here? Open a vortex in your own home. This is going to walk you step by step. It's 2 pages, actually. I printed my front and back on how to open a vortex of positive energy within your own home to support you in your growth. You can call in the Akashic energy and intelligence to support you as well. So for those of you who would like this free resource, I'm gonna plug it there in the comments for you. If you are joining us on StreamYard, if you are watching on Instagram or someplace where you don't see that link that just popped up in the comments, then after the show, I will encourage you to check out our Linktree link where you can find that resource. It's a really good one. All right, let's go on to the next question. Let me know if you guys are feeling it up in here today. All right, I saw my friend Shannon with the question. Shannon, oh, you would love to stay on, but you're working, so you may have to jump. My friend Shannon, a Hollywood actor. That's where Shannon and I met. Part of my history, actress turned psychic. Don't worry, anybody. Don't be scared. All right, cool. Green Mountain Hippie says, this goes with the meditation I had this morning with sitting with our future self. Excellent. I find that's what the records will do, and that's what will happen on Wednesday, is that your life, your higher self will guide you into a space of alignment to fully receive the messages that are here for you. Okay. Tracy Warren, I'm being guided to leave my family support where I've been living rent-free for 2 years during a complete spiritual transformation. I feel like my guides are telling me it's time to just go without savings, camp in my car, share my music and message, and abundance will come. I'm trying to trust, but I'm feeling afraid. Any pep talk or more specific guidance? Woo, Tracy, being called to step out on your own and trust the universe. All right, let me tap in for you. Anybody else feeling that, by the way? Who's feeling what Tracy's feeling? And maybe you have different circumstances, but that theme is the same. The universe telling your ass to step out and share your gifts. I'm feeling a lot. Yep. The people, people feel you, Tracy. We're all feeling that. Okay, I got some really specific stuff coming in for you. I just need to let my body move and capture it, and then I'll translate for you what's coming in. All right, so Tracy, this is not a long-term new lifestyle or living situation. This is a quest that you're being invited on to understand and finally clear the karmic energy, which I feel like is ancestral. So you're clearing it for an entire lineage and your generation around being able to make a living for sharing your art. And so, what I feel like is going to happen on this journey is that as you share your music and your message with people, that you will receive abundance or maybe even trade along the way for things. And your food, shelter, lodging, and board. There's a more spiritual name for this on how we used to take care of travelers like that in past civilizations. I wouldn't really call it Samaritan. If anybody has a name for this and has some intelligence around this, please feel free to share with me. Share with all of us, educate all of us. But it's that energy. I think you can feel into the consciousness, the frequency of that energy that I'm talking about. And you're being invited to learn about your worth and value and what you can receive through a different paradigm than the money paradigm. And this is not only for you, but there are people that you are in soul contract to touch and experience, who are in soul contract to experience this with you along the way, who are the providers and the ones that get to receive the gift of your message and your intelligence and your music, that it's important for them as well. Okay? Let me know if this is making sense for you. Hopefully you're still here, Tracy. Tracy, you still here? All right, hopefully Tracy is still here. Hi, Janelle Cameron. I don't see Tracy saying that she's still here yet. So I'm going to ask the guides to shift this conversation into one that can support all of us who raised our hand, myself included, when we talked about feeling that energy of the universe pushing us out, step out, step out, step out, and you feel the trepidation around it. Okay, so the guides are saying, just remember that we are going through a cycle right now where we are consciously unattaching ourselves from fear mind. And fear mind can, oh, Adam says the stream drops. Okay, holding space here. Fear mind wrecks us along the way. Y'all, fear mind wrecks us. And so I feel like it's taking a last stand in a lot of us. Okay, here's what the guides are saying about that last stand energy. Last stand energy is the energy as we approach the moment of choice in our life where we consciously unattach or unhinge to a system or program that is not serving our highest good. Where do you want that in your life right now? What issues are you exhausted from? And you want that moment of choice. Find that moment right now in your life. Maybe it's money, maybe it's career, maybe it's relationship, maybe it's health. And the guys are saying, breathe, focus on taking nice deep breaths, moving the energy all the way up the crystalline tube of light and exhaling all the way back down. It's important that you see your breath moving through the crystalline tube of light all the way up to the top. Deep breath. Sorry, I'm checking in with all of the different eye lines that I have, and it probably looks like I'm looking all around and going a little crazy. Maybe y'all think that's just how the energy moves through her. Now see, we got Instagram up here, and we got stream right here, and we got comments down here. I'm just trying to mama bear the room, y'all. All right, come back in. Good, nice deep breaths. The reason that we wanted to breathe and see the energy moving all the way up the crystalline tube of light is because many of us get stuck in survival mode. That's that fear mind. Fear mind is associated with being stuck in survival mode. And our minds are programmed to survive. They are not currently programmed to thrive. So when we focus on the breath is a powerful substance, y'all. I want you to look at your breath as an energy, an essence that bridges the gap between the physical and the etheric. It holds life force energy. It holds consciousness. And when you breathe and you move that consciousness up through the crystalline tube, this is where the 7 main chakras are. And these higher chakras are the ones that help you tap into higher potentiality, tap into God frequency, open up your psychic gifts, skills, abilities, intuition, which includes expanded vision so that you can see what is unseen in your life. And this is what you need to get out of survival mode and to get out of fear mind. Now, if you have shallow breath, that's why we focus on breathing really deeply, but most people have shallow breath. If you have shallow breath, the breath stays moving only in the lower part of that crystalline tube of light. And so it's only moving through those lower chakras. And the lower chakras are what's connected to your survival here on the planet. And so you're not circulating life force energy through the higher ones. Furthermore, you're not bringing that higher level of intelligence from those higher chakras down into your survival mechanism, lower chakras. So imagine, take that deep breath in, you send it up to that higher consciousness, that higher awareness, and then bring it, exhale, bring it back down. If any of you have studied alchemy, you're going to recognize the steps of alchemy, that cycling up into the heavens, getting that divine intelligence, and then bringing it back down. Right? Cool. Adam says, oh, this is Tracy. Awesome. Tracy, I see you there over on Instagram now. Good. Glad this is helping. Excellent, excellent, excellent. All right, let's keep jamming. We got 5 more minutes. Valentina says, yes, I've been worrying a lot lately about finances since there's been a lot of costs at the dentist and for my car. My mind cannot see a solution, but deep down there's a feeling that we'll all be okay. Yes, follow that deep down feeling. I've been there so many times. All right, so let me tap in. Who is feeling financial stress? Let me know. All right, the first thing that the guides want me to tell y'all is if you are feeling financial stress, it's a pattern and you are choosing to feel it. Ooh, I love how this works. The reason I love Wednesdays, the energy builds on itself. All right, so we talked about that threshold, that moment of choice, right? If you are stressed about your finances, you are choosing it and you're holding on to an old choice. You're holding on to fear mind and you're hanging on for dear life, people. What you defend, you get to keep. And here's why I know for certain that it is just a pattern. Because I've been in it even when I've had a lot of money. I often talk about going from food stamps to fortune because that was a beautiful reflection of my transformation, my own personal transformation that my friend Rosalind Fung shared with me. Food stamps to fortune. And I can tell you that I was stressed about money when I was on food stamps. Actually, yeah, I stressed about money, but I knew that the food stamps were coming in. And one of the only places that I didn't stress, I actually felt very rich and I loved it. Well, until I got to the checkout line and I had to whip out my EBT card. But as I was going through the process of shopping, I actually felt very rich because I could get pretty much whatever I wanted and needed. And then I get to the front of the line and I have to hand over my EBT card, and there was the inflammation of shame that would rise up in my body. So there were moments along the way where food stamps had its perks, but overall, I was stressed about money. I also felt stressed about money when I was making multi six figures along the way. And when I was making multi six figures along the way and I felt stressed about money, I thought, wait a second, we've come so far. What the heck is this? And then I realized, oh, it's the pattern. And what I used to get out of the pattern was learning to hold the frequency of wealth, but I couldn't hold it 24/7 or maintain it yet. Okay. That requires a microscopic look at your thoughts and getting really clear with understanding what's going through your mind, what thoughts you're thinking, and what emotions that's creating for you, and then understanding what vibrational frequency it's creating. See, the cool thing is that a few powerful positive thoughts can counteract a lot of negativity or a lot of subconscious stress or cycling or hamster wheel running that we're doing. It can mask a lot of that because our powerful thoughts are so much more freaking powerful than our negative thoughts. And you can hone in and focus in and laser in on getting a blast of wealth coming in. How many of you ask for you get a little clinch and you're like, all right, I need the next windfall. But what about learning to maintain the energy of windfall consistently? So be happy if you're at this phase. Take this moment to make the choice of no longer tapping in to that old paradigm of fear mind and truly learn to hold the frequency of wealth, which you can find even if your ass is on food stamps. Okay. Okay. We are at time here and I want to honor the time, but I just want to do one more activation. I'm going to do an activation of vision so that we can see that the question we actually need to ask spirit is, help me learn how to hold the frequency of wealth, rather than asking our minds, hey, where is this going to come from? It's going to come from you, sourcing and resourcing within you. So shift that question, ask how to hold the frequency of wealth. I love you all. Thank you for being here. If this has supported you, please share it out. We just activated vision that helps us to see ourselves differently, ask the right questions, and learn how to hold the vision of wealth. You guys got this. Make sure you get that amazing resource I shared with you about opening a vortex in your own home. And I'll see you here next week.